So looking back at 2014, I remember it being a really odd and awkward year. It was a hard year, to be fair. So I remember finances, things weren't really saying much. I remember I wanted a car, I didn't get a car. Academically, at this point, at the end of 2014, I was in third year, but looking back at second year, it wasn't the best year either. Family as well, that wasn't any better. A lot of things happened in my family where I just kind of bottled it up, just hoping that, you know what, all is well. Let me just get on with life, basically. And I just continued going. But I remember end of 2014, I heard some really hard news that I had to take in. And it really shook me up, shook my Christianity up. And I remember December, and I cried. I literally cried to God. And I said, God, what's going on? I didn't get a car. Academics, they're not saying much. Finances, things weren't going well. I just remember saying to God, what's going on? But I left that, and it was New Year's Eve service, and I said to God, this year, 2015, it's me and you. I just said, it's going to be me and you because I want something different. 2014, I didn't grow, I didn't do anything that stood out. So going into 2015, it was okay, but nothing much, nothing really changed compared to 2014. And then it came to Easter, and it was like I heard about what happened on the cross all over again. It was new, it felt new. And it was like I heard about his love all over again. Christ's love and what he'd done for us and how it should make us feel as Christians. And now, looking back at that, whenever I hear about what happened on the cross, it's not normal, it's not something that I just brush over. It makes me really, really think about it. So from then on, it was like every single day I was praying, I was reading my Bible. Not saying that I weren't doing that before, but I wasn't seeking God. But now I was actively seeking him every day, reading my Bible, praying as well. But at this point, it was a really difficult point because I'm in third year, academics is at its peak. So when it came to Easter, I heard the message about Good Friday all over again, and it was like I was hearing it for the first time, and I just heard about God's love, and it really did impact me. It was a light bulb moment, definitely a light bulb moment. And from then on, every day I was seeking him, reading my word, praying, getting to know my God personally, and I could feel that I was growing. But at the same time, academically, it's at its peak. I've got coursework, I've got deadlines, I've got exams coming up, everything's a lot, but I'm really trusting in the Lord, thinking all is well. But back home in London, we were planning to move houses because in 2014 we moved out of our family house, and now we were planning to move back into our family house. And we had given the tenants 1 month's notice so that by the time I finish uni in May, we could move back into the other house. However, things happened that we couldn't move back. The tenants had come out and we couldn't move back. And unfortunately, it got so bad that we couldn't pay the mortgage for my family house, that our house got repossessed. Now, at this point, I was just in shock, because when you hear repossessed, you just think of something that happens in TV shows. You never really think this can happen to someone, not me anyway. But during this point, I'm thinking, you know what, all is well. God is still in control. Things will still happen. And my prayer life didn't really change, in that I was still praying and seeking him, and I was still learning about my God. I was still praying about the repossession and everything. But there was almost a peace. There was a peace that came in seeking him. But it was difficult. I can't lie. It was really, really difficult, because it felt like there was no end. I just didn't know what was going to happen. To an extent, I remember being in a meeting with my mum, and an advisor said that the only way we can get our house back is if you pay 100k up front. And I remember when he said that, and I was like, God forbid, that's not going to happen. But it was still hard. It was really, really hard. But eventually, I just had to have full faith in him. And whenever I thought that I couldn't, or I doubted, I just went back to reading my word and praying to him, and I just remembered the God that I served. And during this point, I'm applying for grad jobs as well, but a lot is going on, and I had a lot to trust God in. Now, 3 weeks after our house got repossessed, we get a phone call from the mortgage company, and they tell my mum that they've decided to give us back the house keys. And the main reason why they did, they explained that they found out that we have a 2-year-old in the house. Now, if you know me, you know that it's only me and my sister. My sister's 17. She was 17 at the time. So there's no one that's 2 in my house. So from one, it didn't even make sense. And literally 20 minutes after that phone call, I got an email from where I work now that I have an offer from a graduate job. Now, that was hard to take in because so much happened in one day, and I just didn't understand, but I was so grateful. One thing I know is that I was so grateful. And it's like, even if I had a million different ways to say thank you to God, I still don't think it will be enough. But for me, that's not what makes me testify. For me, it's more about his faithfulness, and how regardless of what goes on, if you're continually seeking him, you will just see how mighty and powerful he is. And I saw that. I definitely saw that. So for me, my God is not just a God that gave us back our house and gave me a grad job, but he's a God that is faithful. He's a God that really cares. He's my friend.